Well. It's your boy, the Barracuda. Back with another one of the Survivor videos. 2024, starting off rough. We done had one of the United States nuclear bombers crashed. Everybody ejected out of it. Volcanoes, tsunamis going on. School mass shootings at school. Well, we had two mass shootings. The one at the school and the one that Cat Williams did, because he came out busting on motherfuckers. So today's video is sponsored by my youngest daughter, Jordan. She said, Dad, she the one gave me the topic today. She said, Dad, what happens when the lights go out for 60 to 90 days? What do you do? And I said, well, if you already got your preps up and you got all of the things you need done, you got your preps going, you got your food storages, let's just say power or some type of chaotic shit happen for 90 days. You just got to stay out of the way for 90 days. You got to stay out of the way for 90 days. That means hunker down in your house, have your windows boarded up. And when I mean boarded up, you don't board your windows up from the outside. You board your windows up from the inside. So now would be the time to go out, get your plywood. You can keep it in your garage, stuff that shit under your bed, but have it cut already out with all your fasteners and your electric drill or whatever you need. So when shit jumps off, all your stuff is right there. You can cut you some little slits in it so you can see out, put a little flap over it. That way, whole house looks completely blacked out. And just sit inside and let the chaotic stuff happen. Because, you know, if it was a breakdown in the supply chain, people who need medicine not going to be able to get their meds. So, of course, they already going to be a problem. People who are not used to not being able to log on to TikTok and the internet, they're going to be a problem. They're not going to be able to find out what's going on. But their biggest thing is they're not going to be able to be on Facebook and social media and doing all this other stuff. And if they are allowed access to it, whatever information you get is going to come from the government. So your best bet is to stay locked down and hunker down in your home. Now, if your house runs off of electricity, you need to have a backup way to heat your home. If you have to cook with electricity, you need to have a way to be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? You got to have a way to be able to feed yourself and cook. Drinking water. Do you know where the creeks and the lakes are located near you? If there are any, because you need 1 gallon of water for each person in your home per day. So that's something to think about. Now, if your house runs off natural gas, you may be all right for a while, because the natural gas pumping stations they ran off a backup diesel generators. But now here's the factor. It depends on how much diesel they have on site. Because if the electricity is out, or the gas pumps are run by electricity, you're not going to be able to get gas, neither are they. So you should have gas can storages on site too, just in case you have to make a few runs to go everywhere else. Now, the only thing about being able to move around, if you do have gas, or you have a four-wheeler, ATV, whatever, you're going to be able to move around. These other people are not going to be able to move around. And since nothing is going to be owned and operated, that's noise. You're alerting people to where you're coming. So if you're traveling like that, you need to be traveling in pairs. One person doing the driving, other person at the lookout with that fire stick on. And I ain't talking about the one that you dub them movies with, the other one, the boom stick. Now, depending on your geographical location, maybe if you're locked down, you know, a lot of people like these urban living centers, you know, being downtown and all these places, you know, I'm down here in Midtown, or I'm down here in Lenox, where it's happening, Jack, and that's cool. But do you have enough stuff to sustain you, and can you hunker down long enough until whatever blows over? Because I figure after the first 90 days, like I told her, after the first 90 days, most of the people who have already been causing mischief and mayhem, they already gonna be out of this bitch anyway. They either gonna be done, got taken out, or they're gonna take, you know, different groups of crazy people gonna take out each other. All us normal people gotta do is just sit back and relax. If you have all the things you need, enough ammo, enough food, first aid kits, in the event you have to go out, you need to make sure that your first aid kit does have tampons in it. And that's just in case you get in any type of firefighting. You might get shot, bullet wound, you might get a large gas. If it's something that's a hole, you can stick that tampon in there. It's gonna suck up the blood and keep you from bleeding out. What's next? Just knowing how to be the gray man. And I told her, I said, if people are gathering out where you live at, everybody's looking dingy and dirty, you need to go in the backyard and wipe some dirt on your face and look dingy and dirty too. You could be living good. You know, whenever chaos happens, this is my motto. If there's a power outage, I got backup sources of power. So if it's a power outage, I just don't participate in the power outage. See what I'm saying? Anything can happen to you, but you don't have to participate in it. It could be happening to the rest of the world. You don't have to participate in it. You have food resources, you have your board games, you have your hand crank solar radio where you can charge up your cell phone and get broadcast. If there's limited power, or they let it come on at different intermittent spots, you have access to information. How many people still just have a regular radio in their house? You know, how many people have walkie-talkies so they can get in contact with their family members if they have to go outside to go scavenge for water, food, fuel, whatever. So those were some questions she asked. You know, ladies, if you don't have a self-protection tool, you need to get one. And I'm being honest, because if the power goes out, that little backup battery for your burglar alarm only works for like maybe 5-6 hours, I think, if that. So your security system is not going to work after a few hours. So you're basically on your own. If there's any type of lockdown or shit hits the fan, the police may be out patrolling, or they may not, because like most police, they're gonna probably be out somewhere worrying about what's going on with their families. They're not gonna be out here trying to protect you, and they families are vulnerable from all these other clowns that's out here, you know, causing mischief and mayhem. You know, so you have to be totally self-sufficient in one of these type of situations. They keep warning you, saying, oh yeah, we expect some type of cyber event. They already told you China had been hacking banks, the water systems, all this other stuff. Somebody get into the water system, they add one chemical too much, the whole United States got diarrhea. The whole United States got diarrhea. And you gonna keep on drinking the water, trying to hydrate yourself, and all you doing is just dehydrating yourself. and you actually gonna shit yourself to death. So, get your house in order. Need to be, need to be praying. Need to be getting your resources up. If you got a wood burning fireplace, that's also a place that that's something you can use to cook. You got a barbecue grill. Go out and buy you some bags of charcoal and keep them in the garage. You will be able to cook. Now, the whole key is, if you can cook, other people can smell it. So you got to know how to cook. You know how you like to season your meat before you cook it. Now, right now, you're just worrying about survival. So you're just gonna go outside. You're gonna cook that meat enough, and you're gonna bring it inside, and you can add your different seasonings, salt, peppers, smokehouse seasonings, and all that other stuff. The whole key is to survive. Need to have bottled water so you can brush your teeth, do whatever else. You need to have medical supplies, and when I mean not a first aid kit, medical supplies in case you have any type of ailments. You can go on JaceMedical.com or contingencymedical.com. I don't get any commission from them, but you can go on there and check to see what works best for you and your family. You can get amoxicillin, penicillin, all other type of pills you may need. You go through a brief little questionnaire, and they write your prescription. Now they don't take your insurance, so you got to pay with cash. What else? Or something that the government is trying to ban. But you can get fish antibiotics for your fish. The penicillin that we use also treats your fish. So if you have an aquarium, you can get the different antibiotics for your fish. We all have a fish tank now. But anyway, this your boy, the Barracuda. Out here trying to shake and move and get a few things done. And I'm working on this round. I'm working on one in 300 blackout and 5.56. Trying to do something that'll make a 9mm be equivalent to a 10 mil, but I'm working on this bullet called the Nephilim Killer. If you know your Bible, you know who the Nephilim were. So I'm working on these bullets called the Nephilim Killer. That's my new project, because it's coming. Get ready. Read that good book. All right, this your boy, the Barracuda, and I'm out.